Hey everybody, I'm at the alley, and this gentleman's gonna talk to me about
Will Gaines. Yeah.
yeah. What's your name?
Will
Will.
Gaines. Yeah.
What do you think about tonight's events with Donald Trump becoming president of the
I
United
think
States?
it's quite shocking. I think that I actually voted for Jill Stein. I wasn't a huge fan of Hillary Clinton,
Mm-hmm.
but I think without a doubt Donald Trump is the worst candidate in American history. It's sleazy. He's obviously a con artist and a criminal. And the fact that he became elected to the most powerful country in the world is quite shocking. It's evidence that our country is in really bad shape. We would vote for somebody that is so unqualified and criminally minded is just it's almost unbelievable to me.
Why did you select Jill Stein rather than Hillary Clinton?
Well, I kind of I'm not Hillary Clinton.
And I don't mean that I
Is a little bit too a little too cozy with Wall Street,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that I think she was a good senator. I wasn't happy with her as a
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State, but so and I knew in California anyway that it didn't matter. So I think if the U.S. is going to actually have any chance of being a place for working people, we're going to have to start some kind of a green movement, which every European country has. Most European countries.
Elaborate on that. That's interesting.
Well, there's Green Party is pretty active in most European countries for things like global warming. We
Sure.
need to have some kind of sustainable economic model. We need to get out, downsize our military. And what Jill Stein said was, she's going to cut 50% of the military and put it into Green New Deal.
Right.
So to me, that makes perfect sense. And in fact, it's probably the only way we'll even survive as a species, let alone have a legitimate chance to have a democracy. I don't really think we have a democracy in the U.S. I think it's more of an oligarchy.
You turned me on to a train of thought I'm going to spin. I want your opinion.
Okay.
Is because of the fact that Trump is a business person who probably is surprised he won himself.
Yeah.
Does that mean that we are headed into an era in the United States where local government means more than national government? People don't pay attention to national.
Not really, because
Okay.
I think if you look at his business career,
Mm-hmm.
he's a corrupt businessman.
Mm-hmm.
He bankrupted 3 businesses. He follows the model that you saw in Wall Street. Remember that movie Wall Street?
Yep, seen it 24 times.
So so you deliberately destroy a business in order to make money. You bankrupt it. You
Because it's wreckable.
because you can do it. You set up things like fake universities. The Trump University obviously is very corrupt. You don't pay your taxes. And in his case, he's mean to women. He insults women. Obviously, he's assaulted women. Maybe I don't know. So I mean, hopefully there'll be some criminal indictments. He could be impeached, I guess. And that would be quite interesting to see what would happen if he was actually impeached now, since there's all these criminal charges being filed against him. So I don't know. On the other hand, I saw this thing where a year or two ago, he was actually saying he was actually saying he liked Hillary Clinton and that he thinks the Democrats are better than Republicans.
Yeah.
And he said he said the Democrats are always better with the economy than Republicans. So he's saying that, and he's saying he likes Hillary Clinton, and he thinks the Republicans don't know what they're doing.
Which begs the question: do you think he was acting?
Yes. I think
get
he's probably
the presidency?
Yes, probably.
Which means he's going to tell the white supremacists to get out. I'm just curious.
I don't know, but I mean, what I read is his father was in the Ku Klux Klan. I mean, I don't know if that's
right. Yeah. Right.
Apparently he had Roy Cohn was one of his advisors, who was like the hitman for Joe McCarthy.
Right.
So he's got some.
Roy Cohn is a famous lawyer, folks. He was lawyer to the mob.
Well, he worked for Joe McCarthy.
Right.
I don't know if he was the lawyer for the mob.
Yeah, later he
been,
became I have a book on him. That's why I say that. Yeah.
So I think he's just a very incredibly sleazy. Not even a politician, but businessman.
Right.
I mean, I watched that show Apprentice a couple times. He's insulting people. He's like, he insults women. He insults.
In interest of full disclosure, I tried to get on The Apprentice.
And he tried. I mean, the fact that he announced that he likes to sexually assault women.
That's bad.
And all these women came up and say that he assaulted, and then he gets elected president.
By women. Think about that.
Really.
Think about that.
Super bizarre to me.
Think about that.
I know I can't. It's almost I can't get my head around that. It's just,
I can.
You know,
I
it,
can.
it, it means that our country is in deep, deep trouble, that we really are not very well educated, and the people are either being bamboozled in some way or.
Let me ask you a question though on
Yeah.
that. What do you think this says about the idea that the alpha, the leader, speaks volumes, and that Donald Trump is in this case the alpha white male, and people are drawn to that regardless of the message? That's the theme that I'm curious to.
Well, I
Ask
think
about,
we've
you know?
actually kind of celebrate this kind of social Darwinism in our
Yeah,
country.
right.
You know, if you even, when
Can
you
I
go.
high five on that? Yeah.
What's
I mean,
that?
Can I high five when you're pointing that out?
Yeah.
That's very
I mean,
brilliant.
I think
That's
we,
very
we,
brilliant.
we kind
Yeah.
of we kind of celebrate. Even in the schools, it's all competitive.
Right.
You know, and even his show, it's like who's on top, who's better.
Right.
So we have this whole idea that whoever, it doesn't matter if you make a lot of money, you're totally unethical.
Right.
The fact that you make money makes you're admired.
Right.
And the fact
Right.
that these people admire him for being a billionaire, the fact that he was completely unethical in his business practices doesn't seem to affect people.
Right.
And the other thing that is so bizarre is all these evangelical Christians that are supporting him when he's got all these assault charges up against him, and his business practices have been documented to be completely unethical. I mean, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to make of it. It's so shocking that I can't get my head around it exactly.
Will, this has been the most brilliant interview. This guy is on point. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Appreciate
Okay.
it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Cool.